And welcome inside the beautiful event center at the outstanding Seminole Hard Rock Casino and Hotel for another outstanding night of mixed martial arts action. As Action Fight League presents War at the Rock. Hey everybody, I'm Jay Adams alongside UFC fighter Charles Boston Strong Rosa. Charles, anytime you have a fight in the state of Florida, especially South Florida, you're going to have an outstanding card because it's an embarrassment of wealth, an embarrassment of riches. There are so many high-quality fight schools here in South Florida. A promoter really has his pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody knows, South Florida especially is a hotbed for MMA. You get some of the best gyms, not just in Florida, but in the entire world right here around the corner. So, you got American Top Team, Hard Knocks 365, some of the best gyms in the world with some of the best fighters. So you definitely, those guys are training with some of the best fighters that are fighting in the UFC in these cards, and this is how they get there, through shows like this.
Let's talk a little bit about the card. It is a compelling one. 7 fights on the card. The co-main event is in the flyweight division, 125 pounds. A title is at stake. The ISKA strap is at stake here tonight at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The Emperor, Edwin Soria, will be facing undefeated Christian Inastria in the co-main event. What can we look forward to at flyweight?
Yeah, you're definitely going to see an awesome matchup between these two guys. Both of them coming from great gyms, awesome jiu-jitsu schools. Both of them, one coming from FFA Miami, and the other one from American Top Team, Christian Inastria. That kid I've been watching for a long time, and I think that's one of those guys you're going to look out for. It's going to make it to the big show one day.
The main event is going to be a heavy-handed event. That will be a catch weight of 160. It's Cuba versus Brazil. Felipe Buacau Douglas is stepping into the cage to face the Pink Panther, Jos Denny Cedeno. And both of these guys look like they're going to stand and trade tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is striker versus striker. Muay Thai versus karate. Pink Panther's been doing his thing in South Florida for a long time now. He came up fighting when I was first fighting back in CFA 5-10 years ago, and he also is a UFC veteran. So Buacau actually just took the fight, 5 days notice, coming in from Brazil. Saved the show for the main event, and it's going to be a good one, striker versus striker.
We're going to be kicking off all of the renovations here at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. They are putting so much money into this place. The event center is absolutely gorgeous. 7 fights on the card. You're not going to want to miss them. It's War at the Rock. Let's hit it.
War at the Rock resumes. Let's bring out our next fighters. First, Ramon Butts.
You are getting a good look at Ramon Butts right now. Ramon Butts is fights out of St. John's, Krav Maga, and he is 1-4 as a pro. He's 7-8 as an Ami. 38 years old. He's freestyle counter fighter on his feet and wrestling and jiu-jitsu on the ground. Getting a good look at, he's getting his final equipment check there. He's definitely a very athletic guy. He has an extensive history in gymnastics and in dancing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out his opponent, Kenley St. Louis.
Right now, Kenley St. Louis in the red corner, trains under Roger Carl at American Top Team Sunrise. You see Bruce Luchadell in his corner and Doug Delman. And this guy is coming out. It's his third professional fight. He's 1-1 right now, but definitely don't let that record fool you, man. I've trained with this guy in the gym, and he's super tough, talented guy, and he's coming to show off for his fans tonight.
This fight is at welterweight, 170 pounds. Both of these fighters made weight.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following welterweight bout is brought to you by premium quality Juju Vodka. Introducing first in the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 169.4 pounds in his 5th professional fight, fighting out of St. John's, Krav Maga, and Team Aries in Jacksonville, Florida. He is Razor Ramon Butts. And his opponent in the red corner, standing at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 171 pounds, with a record of 1 win and 1 loss, fighting out of American Top Team in Sunrise, Florida. He is Kenley, the Highlander St. Louis.
All right, so it's Butts versus St. Louis. Ramon Butts in the black trunks with the gray stripe across the top, or gray-greenish stripe, and Kenley St. Louis in the gray trunks with black and blue trim.
Yeah, we have yet to see a finish tonight, so definitely, definitely the fans are going to want to see one of those tonight. I think Kenley is coming in here as a favorite. I think, he's a strong fighter coming from a strong gym. Purple belt in jiu-jitsu under Felipe Laborio, who I've trained with personally and is an amazing coach. So you could expect for Kenley to have the advantage on the ground. But I guess we're going to have to see once these guys get underway.
And it may just be that Butts crouches down lower, but to me, Kenley St. Louis looks a lot bigger. Maybe he just rehydrates. They both made weight. They both made 170. Maybe he just rehydrates 5-10 pounds heavier.
Yeah, that's an advantage coming from a gym like an American Top Team is not only do you have the skills and the coaches, but you also have information like that can help you cut weight, maybe fight at a better weight class because you have, training partners and teammates. Kenley St. Louis has trained with, Daniel Jolly, UFC veteran, Matt Waggy, Melvin Gillard. Everybody knows Melvin Gillard. I mean, he's fought in every promotion there is, and these are guys that you pick up information from, and it's so valuable having training partners like that in your career.
And he is implementing that intelligence right now. You see the legs trapped of Ramon Butts.
Yeah, Kenley, Highlander, St. Louis has him in a dominant position right now. He got both those legs trapped. It's kind of one of those positions that you see. Oh, nice. He's setting up this Kimura right now. So this is where you're going to start seeing that purple belt level jiu-jitsu come into play is once you can start locking up these Kimuras and these locks. It usually takes a little bit to lock in a submission because, in the beginning the guys have so much energy and power. But once you soften a guy up in the later rounds, usually it's easier to start securing submissions and things like that because the technique comes into play and the fighter loses their explosiveness on the defense.
North-south position here. Butts fighting out of St. John's Krav Maga under the tutelage of Brandon Hicks. Trying to get back into the win column. He's had a slow start to his professional career at 1-4.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, no disrespect to Krav Maga. I believe in all mixed martial arts. I'm a mixed martial arts fighter. That's what I do, and I've learned techniques from every different type of style. But I can honestly say I've never seen a very, very successful Krav Maga MMA fighter. I think it's good for street self-defense and stuff like that, but a lot of the techniques that you learn in Krav Maga, you can't really implement in the cage because they're illegal. Kenley doing a great job on top, just securing this position. He's pretty, has that north-south 69 position they talk about, but he definitely is on top, and he's controlling the fight since it started.
Now into the side control.
And also you see Mike Tavares in the corner of Kenley St. Louis. He's also a brown belt under Felipe Laborio, which I don't see Felipe here tonight, so I'm guessing Tavares is filling in for the jiu-jitsu aspect, but he's also one of those really clever guys, watches a ton of video. So it's always good to have a coach like that has a lot of knowledge and of it and really loves it and loves the sport, so they can pass it on to you. It's very difficult as an MMA fighter to have the skills and everything, to be the best striker, the best boxer, the best jiu-jitsu, the best wrestling, but it helps a lot to have coaches that are the best at that. So Kenley has that set up for him for American Top Team in Sunrise.
And now with the ground and pound and Butts. Yeah, you called it. You called it. We hadn't seen a finish. Butts is not happy.
What a finish by Kenley St. Louis. He gets the first finish of the night, dominant position, and finish him strong. You see Razor Ramon arguing it, but there was not much to argue. You're in full mount position, getting defenseless, getting your head punched in. There's not much you can do there.
He didn't have any answer.
see Razor and Ramon arguing it, but there was not much to argue. You're in full mount position, getting, defenseless, getting your head punched in. There's not much you can do there.
He didn't have any answer.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 4 minutes, 4 seconds of round number 1, your winner via TKO in the red corner, Kenley the Highlander St. Louis.
Hey, Kenley, amazing finish. You got the first finish of the night. All the fans came here to see that. Is that what you were expecting?
Yeah, probably not TKO, most likely a submission. But I know I'll be able to. I'll wrestle him. I'll do jiu-jitsu, so I was ready for anything.
Yeah, man, definitely. You come from American Top Team Sunrise, the local gym in the area under Roger Carl. You're a purple belt under Felipe Laborio. Do you think? Were you thinking you're going to have to use more jiu-jitsu, or you think you were going to win the way you did with striking?
I thought I was going to use more jiu-jitsu. I figured it might be even standing up, so I took it to the ground, and I figured it might be a submission, but he didn't want to defend too much, and I just took him out.
Oh, man, that was a beautiful, flawless victory. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Enjoy the night. Anything?
I want to thank my family, my mom, my brother right here, Ace Photography, Fake Black Belts, my girl Corinne, my little daughter Leilani, and everybody that had my back, ATT Wolfpack, ATT Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach. All of you guys had my back, and I'm here for stage.
Awesome, man. Enjoy the night. Congratulations. Thank you.
He is the Action Fight League co-promoter, and he is one of the biggest reasons all this is happening tonight. So please support him. Give him some love on the way up into the cage. Mr. Justin Gonzalez, you guys! Yeah! You bled. He bled to make sure this would happen tonight. Generous spirit, generous heart. One of the nicest guys on the planet, and because of you, this is happening tonight. Thank you for your help, and I understand you have a very exciting announcement, but I know you want to tease it up, so have at it, my friend.
Thank you so much for coming and supporting the Action Fight League. We put on fights here about 4 years ago. We did really, really great. So we really thank the Seminole Tribe, the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino for allowing us to come back here again and do the fights. We also want to thank Mr. Jim Allen, Mr. David Cypress, Roger Crawl, Rick Finn, my partner, and all the other staff members that helped put this fight together. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special announcement. We have Mr. Wilson Gavetta, 10-time UFC fighter, who wants to make a special announcement for you guys. Can we have Mr. Wilson Gavetta come up here? I gotta tell you guys, this is one of the hardest kickers that I've ever met. He kicked me with only 30%, and I thought I was gonna die. But anyway, Wilson, what do you have to tell us, my brother?
First was only 10%, actually. Officially, I never retired. I took a long break. I've been thinking about coming back, and I'm very close to come back. If I ever come back to fight again professionally, it's going to be in this show. With one condition. Marty, where you at? If Marty that helps me train, I'll come back. I don't know what people think. You guys want me to come back or what? There you go. Send me the contract.
Yeah, Wilson, I mean, following your career in the UFC, 10-time UFC fighter, and like your last 3 or 4 fights, you won. There was really no reason to get out of the game, so like you could just pick right up where you left off.
I just like to eat a lot, and I was just very tired of making weight. So I'm fighting a heavyweight. There's no way I'm dropping weight. You know it.
Light heavyweight is not in the cards for you.
Not at all. Heavyweight now.
All right, well, this is huge news. I mean, anyone who follows the UFC at all knows about this guy. He's like stud of all studs. So having you come in and fight in the Action Fight League is a true honor, and it's going to be a major shot in the arm for us. So thank you, sir.
It's my honor. Roger, find me an opponent.
Give him some love, you guys. 10-time UFC veteran Wilson Gouveia. Really nice pro debut for you.
I've trained really hard for this fight. 2 months nonstop hard work. I knew Devon was a tough fight for me. Even as an amateur, I was like, I don't want to fight this guy, to be honest. But I want to thank him.
He's tough.
Much respect to Devon and his team. I know they train hard like we do.
Aiden Garcia!
All right, folks, let's bring out the next fighters first. In the blue corner, Jeremias Fernandez. And now let's bring out the red corner, Danny Sabatello.
Yeah, like you said, one of the prospects. This is a prospect we have on our card tonight. By everybody who's watched him, they call him the Italian gangster. Everybody who's watched him, everybody who's trained him is really high on this kid. He's undefeated at 2-0, trains at American Top Team under the extremely qualified tutelage of Mike Brown, world champion Mike Brown. And I'm sure, given the fact that at his school, you've got a lot of intel on him.
Yeah, there's no doubt, man. Danny, the Italian Gangsta Sabatello is the real deal, man. This is one of those guys who came in the gym a few years back, and right away he was mixing it up with all the best guys in the world. I mean, I've seen him go with the top level guys on the planet, including myself. I've trained with him, and he's been able to get through and train with all the best guys and been able to compete at the highest level. And man, this kid's the real deal.
When you roll with him, Charles Rosa, what would you say? I mean, does he push you?
Honestly, his wrestling is amazing. He's a two-time state champion wrestler from Illinois, and man, I've never seen. Usually, when a wrestler comes in, I'm able to catch him in a guillotine or some type of submission or something like that. But man, this kid, I can honestly say, for me, is the best prospect I've ever seen in my entire life coming in. For me, that's saying a lot.
Wow! Huge statement from Charles Boston Strong Rosa, the best he's ever seen, best prospect he's ever seen, right there, the Italian gangster. And we are going to see him throw down right now. What a treat here at Action Fight League. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, War at the Rock, live at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino continues with the following bantamweight bout brought to you by the United States Veterans Chamber of Commerce. Introducing first in the blue corner, standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds, with a record of 5 wins and 5 losses, and fighting out of Team Futures MMA in Cape Coral, Florida, he is Jeremias Hernandez. And his opponent in the red corner, standing at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 136 pounds, with a record of 2 wins and 0 losses, fighting out of American Top Team, Coconut Creek, and Chicago, Illinois. He is Danny, the Italian Gangster Sabatello.
Right there, Charles Rosa. Wow, they are locked on each other, and they cannot. They are like trying to get at each other. I tell you, Russ Greenberg better keep this, he better play this one tight. Wow. All right, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. At the top of your screen, you see Jeremias Fernandez, and now on the right-hand side of your screen, you will see the Italian gangster, Danny Sabatello. 3 5-minute rounds at 135. Here we go.
Yeah, naturally you're gonna think, Danny Sabatello, even though he's the whole package, he's a 2-time state champion wrestler for Illinois, D1 wrestler in the Big Ten, All-American, man. So All-American from Purdue. So you see that shot right there, and he slams him right away. So you see that wrestling shine right away.
Wow. He looks strong too.
Yeah, that shot is almost impossible to stop. From a guy at this level, man, it's going to take somebody special to stop that shot.
Fernandez already in trouble with Sabatello taking side control really quickly. In the first 20 seconds, Sabatello already in side control.
Yeah, you hear Mike Brown, too, one of the best cornermen, most well-known cornermen in the game right now in his corner, along with Steve Mocco, Olympic wrestler. So, I mean, this kid got everything. He got the whole package, training at American Top Team, Coconut Creek. So, like I said, this kid's one of the top prospects in my mind in the world, and this is one of those guys you're going to see in the big show.
The making of a star right here at the Action Fight League, the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, starting careers.
Yeah, Danny's doing a good job. He has that solid side control. He's softening him up a little bit. The first round, you always gotta, make sure that you control the pace. You get the underhooks and you're controlling the pace, because that's when the guys are most dangerous in the first round. But once you soften him up and he gets him in this position in his guard, softens him up a little bit, this is when he's going to really be able to put him away.
Good job there by Fernandez composing the closed guard. He's no slouch. He's in there. He's trying to scrap.
Yeah, for sure. For Fernandez, like I said, he moved down here from Argentina. I mean, his record is 5-5, 500 record all around, but this kid is all in. His chips are all in. He moved from his home country, to live in South Florida, lives with his coach. He eats, sleeps, and breathes fighting, so he's definitely not up against any slouch.
And Sabatello didn't want to slouch. Now he's not looking to be protected. He wants tough fights that grow him and that keep his game sharpening. Sabatello said, MMA has taught me to go for what I want, to sacrifice. The worst thing in life is to be average, to be irregular, and I will never be mediocre in anything that I do.
Yeah, the one special thing about Danny, too, is that he has, the advantage of training with some of the best guys in the world. He trains American Top Team. I've seen him, routinely go with guys like Kyoji, Horiguchi, John Lineker, Pedro Munoz, Henan Barao. I mean, these guys are former UFC world champions, world champions over in Japan. Kyoji, I mean, this guy, he's working with the best, and I mean, it's showing here. He's completely dominated this fight.
Fernandez doing a good job of preventing the guard pass. Sabatello tried a couple times. Oh, nasty elbow right there. Sabatello had tried to get that left leg over. Fernandez prevented the, there's an inadvertent headbutt there. But he prevented the pass. Oh, neck crank here. Pushes him up against the cage. Now he's posturing up. Fernandez trying to keep him in tight.
Fernandez doing a decent job of trying to get that foot on the hip and push him away, making it very difficult for Danny. Danny's doing a good job, though, of being able to pass that leg, the Mike Brown special, to work that half control, that that guard passing is that Mike Brown special right there, and he keeps getting it, and then Fernandez doing a good job of getting his guard back each time.
Yeah, Fernandez is definitely very active off his back, which is good because he'd be taking a lot more damage than he's taking right now without the activity. Oh, that right arm is pinned. Oh, he got it out smartly. That could have been really dangerous for Fernandez. Back to side control. Sabatello might want to hang out here because he doesn't have to worry about passing the guard. Fernandez doing a good job of relaxing right now. And composes that closed guard again. Fernandez is given the perfect fight to Sabatello. Sabatello's looking to keep progressing and taking the next bump up. It's a game opponent, like you said. It came all the way here from Argentina. He's not here to play either.
Yeah, I mean, he's punching back. He's doing everything he can. But like I said, there's definitely levels to this game. And, Danny's putting it on him right here. one thing you definitely got to watch, you hear Mike Brown yelling, is to watch the up kick. Up kicks are one of the most dangerous things that it comes with experience. Like, you don't know until you get hit with one how dangerous they actually are from the bottom. So that's something you always got to look out for, is up kicks from the bottom being on top. If you get hit with an up kick, the legs are really strong. You know, with the heel, you can really put some damage on somebody. But Danny was wise to it.
Yeah, and I would imagine hard to train full, you know, in your camp or in training in general, because no one's going to up kick their friend, you know. I mean, like, you know, so how do you really prepare for that fast, hard up kick? Like you said, you don't know how serious they are when you're first starting off, because your buddies are not up kicking you.
Yeah, it's just experience, and that's how you learn. When someone does it to you in a fight, you usually don't get hit with one again.
Jeremias Fernandez is getting his in-between round adjustments from Futures Mixed Martial Arts. If you were in Jeremias Fernandez's corner, Charles Rosa, what would you be telling him right now?
If I was in Fernandez's corner, I would tell him to try to keep it on the feet. Clearly, he didn't have much luck on the ground in the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu aspect of the game, but really wasn't any much exchanges on the feet. So Fernandez's corner should be telling him maybe to try to keep it on the feet, keep some distance, and secure enough distance to start maybe working his jab and just keeping the distance and watch the takedown. Because I'm sure Danny was going to go right back to that. It'd be smart too.
You saw the replay. You saw Fernandez blocking Sabatello from getting that full mount.
Rodriguez also told me earlier that his specialty is Muay Thai, so I'm sure that that's what the coaches are telling him to do, keep it on the feet and, you know, test that out, because that would be the next option. One of his training partners, Nico Price, who's also awesome Muay Thai, awesome stand-up fighter, so let's see what he can do here.
Sabatello looks so relaxed. It looks like he's got gas tank all day long.
That he does.
Well, I mean, I'm really impressed to hear that he pushes you. You know.
Yeah, another big slam by Sabatello. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely not guys I'm usually that high on, but like I said, when you see a diamond, that's something that, you know, I'm not scared to say. The kid's special, and you can see he's putting on a good performance. His last fight, he had a vicious flying knee knockout. It was a kicker of Brian New, but it was a vicious knockout. So I was impressed with that. You know, coming from a wrestler, it's rare that you see like a really good highlight knockout.
You saw those two up kicks that you warned him about, and caught his chest. That's right. He's got to get out of there. He's got to respect those up kicks.
Absolutely. It doesn't matter who you are, how tough you are. You take a hard up kick on the chin, you're in trouble. Fernandez doing a good job trying to defend this. He's trying to look for that Kimura lock, which Sabatello has to be wise to, because that's the Kimura is one of those weapons that once you get caught in it, it's very difficult to get out of. But still has his back on the cage, so he's losing around it right now.
Tuned in. You are watching Action Fight League War at the Rock. I'm Jay Adams alongside Charles Boston Strong Rosa. A little bit later tonight, we'll have our co-main event of the evening. Edwin Seria versus Christian Inastria for the vacant ISKA 125-pound belt. That's our co-main, and the main event features a fight with, for sure, fireworks. Denis Cedeno and Felipe Douglas. Wakao versus the Pink Panther. Catchweight of 160. That'll be our main event. That's going to be very dynamic. Right now, you are watching Jeremias Fernandez and Danny Sabatello. It's been all Sabatello so far. Fernandez just having a tough time dealing with the world-class wrestler.
Sabatello doing a great job of keeping the pressure. I'd really like to see him, roll the hands off and get a little bit of posture and come down with a big shot, like we were talking about earlier in the fight before. That posture and that distance, when you drop down big shots from this position, it does a lot more damage than little small rabbit punches. But it looks like he's softening him up and dominating around. So
these kind of fights got to be a little bit frustrating for a guy like Fernandez, who is probably used to dominating his gym and all his things. Well, I was about to say all his things not working, but that just worked for him.
Nice, good exchange right there. This is where Rodriguez wants to fight. He wants to fight on the feet. Fernandez, excuse me, wants to fight. He wants to fight on the feet, and definitely test Sabatello's stand-up. This is, I'm sure, what he's looking to do, because he's not having much luck with the wrestling.
Takedown defense for Fernandez. Name of the game: get away from that cage, get back into the center. And sure, absolutely. Why not? And then get out of there. Now he's got to get out of there, but he can't.
Oh man, it's so exhausting trying to defend that type of level wrestling, man. It's but Fernandez doing a good job hanging in there. You hear Mike Brown calling for the hooks in, and if Sabatello could get these hooks in and flatten them out here, that would be the most successful way to finish this fight.
Beautiful job there by Fernandez. Fernandez giving Sabatello a good fight here.
Absolutely, man. The kid's heart has a big heart. He's fighting hard, so definitely going to continue to fight.
Some deep breaths now from Sabatello.
Yeah, he's fighting at an exhausted pace, honestly. I mean, he's been full throttle, and it's almost impossible to fight an entire fight. It's almost 2 rounds now, but the fight, the pace he's been fighting is almost impossible to be able to fight full throttle. So you can see that he's probably want to get a good position here, secure the position, and just kind of pound him out a little bit, which he's doing.
And how do you stop that double leg takedown that he just slapped on Fernandez from 10 feet away?
You wrestled 23 years of your life like Sabatello did, but.
There's the end of round number 2 here in this bantamweight matchup. The All-American wrestler up 2-0, at least on my unofficial scorecard. I'm guessing Boston Strong might have it scored the same way.
Yeah, definitely. I think, what you were saying before, I think Fernandez, if what his corner should be telling him is just try to keep it on the feet. He's here to win. He's not here to just put on a show or get a paycheck.
You get any Forrest Griffin out of him, or is it just me?
I don't know.
I mean, a much smaller Forrest Griffin. And I might add now, a much more in shape Forrest Griffin.
Yeah, I don't want Forrest Griffin coming to look for me, man. I have to see him in Vegas, so.
And there you see the 2-time state champion in high school in Illinois and the D1 wrestler in the Big Ten. And, you're bringing world-class wrestling into the cage here when you bring Danny Sabatello into the cage here in Hollywood, Florida. Round 3. Final round of the fight here. Fernandez has dug himself a big hole. He's going to have to probably stop Sabatello.
Fernandez is going to want to be wise to that takedown. Beautiful leg kick by Sabatello, showing the stand-up. But like I said, Fernandez is going to watch out for that double leg, because once it gets to the ground, he's having a little bit of trouble getting back up. So keeping the fight on the feet is a smart idea.
Oh! Good question mark. And the spinning turn heel kick to return the favor. And there's that. Oh, the first takedown defense there from Fernandez. Wasn't a sprawl, but he was able to lean out of it.
Yeah, Fernandez stops the first takedown of the fight, so that's good for him. Fernandez pointing to the center of the cage, egging him on.
Yeah, he said, "Okay, I learned my lesson. I'm going to fight in the center of the cage."
Yeah, the Italian gangster doesn't back down. He answers with a hard leg kick. You can't call a gangster to the center of the cage and not expect him to react. So.
Right, exactly. I'm sure all Fernandez has heard for the last, 3 or 4 weeks is Sabatello, Sabatello, Sabatello. So I'm sure it's like he's, when he stopped that takedown, that must have felt like a victory, and that's probably why he pointed down.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a sign of relief to get to stop the first takedown, but they didn't stop that one, so he's right back to square one now.
Tried to get busy legs. He did everything he can, but you can't stop that takedown.
What Fernandez needs to do at the bottom, and what his corner should be calling for, is to get his feet on the hips of Sabatello in the kickoff. He has that closed guard. It's impossible to get up if you keep a closed guard. You want to open your guard, put your feet on the hips, push off, and work your best to get up.
Yeah, you're right. He elevated him in the second round with that exact technique, but he needs to do it more. You're 100% right.
Yeah, and obviously it's easier said than done. You know the fatigue he must be feeling from fighting the first 2 rounds and going against, the pace of this fight is not really easy for the eye to see, but this is a really high-paced fight. They haven't stopped engaging with each other and fighting the entire fight. So the problem is right now is Sabatello has dragged Fernandez right into the lion's den. I mean, he put him right over to his coaches in front of the wise instructions of Mike Brown and Steve Mocco, Olympic wrestler Steve Mocco, Mike Brown, former WEC world champion, and that's not where you want to be if you're on the bottom.
Talk about disheartening.
Yeah. That's not the faces you want to be looking over to when you're getting punched in the face, having them instruct against you.
Wow, what a reversal from Fernandez. Now with full mount and hooks sunk in right in front of the lion's den. And you see him scooting away. He doesn't want to hear Mike Brown anymore.
Yeah, Fernandez with the best position of the fight for him. I mean, he has full mount position, one of the most dominant positions you can be in, but we got to see what he can do with it, because if he doesn't finish this fight, it's going to be tough for him to get the W.
Now you really can call this a test for Sabatello.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a legit test.
Fernandez looking like he's sticking his fingers in his eye, but like I said, he's doing everything he can to get this win. He's fighting to the end, so a lot of respect to Fernandez.
Great escape there from Sabatello. He got out of a full mount with hooks sunk in. What kind of power is that? Oh!
Still going to kill both these guys.
Fernandez just ducking under a nasty head kick. And fly me to the moon. Was that his third dump? Big dump.
Yeah, that was another big slam. Fernandez has short time. He's going to need to get up to his feet or maybe shoot a triangle or a desperation armbar. But like I said, he's back in the lion's den dragged in the corner of the American Top Team coaches. So
scooched him right over so they could hear the time. 30 seconds left in the fight.
Yeah, definitely hats off with these guys, man. This has been it's been a high-paced, high-throttle fight. From the eye, seeing the guys on the ground, it's not as exciting as the fight on their feet. But to know what these guys are going through from the training and all that stuff, like this pace of fighting is exhausting.
Yep. Good job there by Fernandez, but he gives up his back right at the end. Good scrap. Good fight.
And Fernandez throwing his mouthpiece, obviously a little bit disappointed with the performance, but honestly, hats off. I'm sure, you know, Fernandez is going to be looking back on this fight and looking that he went against a guy like this when Sabatello was fighting in a big show.
Yep. Fernandez gave him a fight, and he lifted. He got out of a couple of tight spots, and he put Sabatello in a tight spot. You know, so he's got nothing to hang his head about.
With judges' scores of 30-27, 30-27, and 30-27, your winner via unanimous decision in the red corner, Danny, the Italian Gangster, Sabatello.
Danny, the Italian Gangster, Sabatello. Great performance, 3 rounds of domination. Is that what you expected tonight?
No, I wanted the first round finish, but we'll just have to go back to practice and keep going for those finishes. Not very happy on my end.
Well, I mean, you got the win, and that's what you came here to do. So is there anything you want to say to your fans and anybody out there?
Yeah, everybody, thanks for if you're cheering for me. Thank you. If you weren't, go yourself.
Don't know if I recognize you. All those good times slowly fading off behind you.
Your winner via majority decision in the red corner, Delano Taylor.
You knew this was going to be a close fight. He was a very highly respected fighter. And were you able to see anything? It's usually hard when they're not from your marketplace. I believe he's up in Atlanta. It's hard to know how you're going to have to gauge your fight. Were you able to see any video on him?
Yeah, I watched some videos on him. Very, very strong. Country strong. But one thing I kind of wasn't expecting was how strong his chin was. He had a good. I'm not gonna lie, that was he took a couple.
What would you say made the difference in this fight? You're both stud athletes with great skills both on your feet and on the canvas. What would you say made the difference? The judges, most of them saw it 29-28.
I would say my speed and my grappling. I was landing the cleaner shots. You know, I don't pray and hope, I aim and fire. So whenever I saw the shot, I just took it. He just threw a lot more bombs than I expected. But it is what it is.
What's next for you?
Hopefully another fight. Oh, actually, you're right, pancakes. I gotta get my pancakes after this. I went a whole camp without motherfucking pancakes. Somebody will get my damn pancakes, all right?
Well, we thank you for bringing all your family and friends here and supporting War at the Rock. One more time for Delano Taylor!